Finally, some sunshine. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. Just look at my helmet. Welcome to Rajasthan. So, good morning, people. A very cold and damp morning indeed. It's, I think, 7:45 right now, and still there is no sign of sun. And believe me when I say cold, it is cold. It's mid-January actually. We are in the northern part of India, Gurgaon to be exact. And it rained and rained and rained yesterday. I have to fill up before we leave, and I'm terribly late. Believe me, I'm terribly late. I was supposed to leave at 7, so yeah, 45 minutes. Destination. So the destination of today is around 430 kilometers, and 430 kilometers means at least 8 hours of riding. It is a 8:15, and I was supposed to leave at 7. Oh, silly me. I always get late. Somehow, one thing or the other, I woke up at 5, and still I got late. Okay, so this is the first toll that we are crossing. This is Manesar toll. Sorry, toll. It's a toll for bikes because we don't have to give anything. Oh, believe me, I wanted to leave early. I wanted to ride through that fog. But yeah, you have your plans, destiny has its own. So yeah, with that, let me welcome you to this brand new series, which is going to be the Royal Rangila Rajasthan. Oh, this is not going to be just any series of traveling from one city to another city in Rajasthan and just counting the kilometers. As you know, I always try to explore more on the hidden side, try to explore more what is less known, or it's there right in front of the eyes of the people, but still they are not able to see a bigger picture when it comes to the importance and significance of that place. So first stop is Bikaner, and Rajasthan really holds a special place, not only because it's the golden crown of India, but because it has its own significance in the history, geography, and to some extent in shaping what India is today. Oh, look at that beautiful field of mustard. Oh, oh. For a second I thought that truck is coming just directly to my lane. Straight roads and mustard fields on either side. Amazing to see. Natural beauty at its peak. Traveling through this fog, it makes you realize that kind of life, right? You cannot see into the distance, but you can see in the near future what you have planned. Of course, destiny will have its own plan, but you can see not too far ahead or get yourself to, you think you're in control, you think you have everything planned, but you cannot see too far ahead into the future. So what's the key? How can I ride this beautiful highway, in an analogy sense, highway of life? You are in control, you have everything in place. The key is to not think too far ahead into the future and just enjoy the ride at your pace. You can go fast, you can go slow, and you can enjoy each and every kilometer, each and every step without getting too much worried. I'll keep riding right now. There is nothing to showcase you guys because it's absolutely around 100-200 meter visibility. I cannot even see it. If there was no Google Maps, I would have lost my mind and I have lost my way also. So I'll keep riding. I'll make a stop. I'll make a stop at a place where I can drink some hot tea. Absolutely required. Hey guys, so I just stopped here for a quick breakfast. Quick breakfast turned out to be a 45-minute break. No kidding, but the parathas were good. Oh, finally some sunshine. Much needed, much needed. Actually, it is much needed. Oh. it looks so beautiful. Oh, the mustard fields, sunshine just glazing through, and all. You have a great and really great tarmac. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. If I look at the map, I have to make a U-turn, but I don't see. I do not see the point where I should make. Given the left indicator. If I'm not wrong, this should be it. Right track. But it is interesting because I could see this flyover. Because how should I get to a flyover? And it was asking me to make a U-turn immediately, not like for go straight for another kilometer and then come back. No, not like that. Straightforward. U-turn now. Interesting U-turn. See, in all fairness, I do have a special place in my heart for Rajasthan. Not because it was my first road trip on this bike. Like then I didn't have the camera and didn't have this YouTube channel as well. Rajasthan is the place where you find the only desert in the western region, and in fact the whole of India. There are cold deserts as well, like Ladakh, but this is the only desert that you get to see when it comes to the typical desert that we recall, or you can say refer to. And because of that, it is known as the Golden Crown of India. Now this Golden Crown came into existence like at the same time when India merged with the Eurasian plate, after being an island disintegrating from the African plate when it was all Pangea around 250 million years ago. And then when it merged into the Eurasian plate, of course we got the mighty Himalayas, but we also got the Rajasthan's Thar Desert. And since it was buried under the water for a like unknown period of time, like before the merging happened 250 million years ago, so it was submerged under the water. So we'll not only find the signs of the topography being changed when it collided, but we'll also get the signs of it being under the water, as you get in the Sahara Desert as well of Africa. But here you'll get the actual fossils, and you can clearly determine that yes, that all we have known throughout history, as we have been told, that India was an island somewhere in the history, that is in fact true. And what's even more fascinating, that it will be completely changing its topography again in coming 200 million years. And that is because if you're aware of the Great Rift Valley of Africa, the Great Eastern Africa Rift Valley to be exact, which depicts that the African continent is disintegrating into two, into the Nepean plate and Somalian plate are moving away from each other. So what will happen is Somalian plate will continue its journey as a very large piece of island into the eastern direction, and then in another 200 million years it will be or 250 million years to be exact, it will be colliding with what we today known as Goa, Mumbai, Gujarat, Kerala, and it will be merging again. And as in the past Himalayas were made when the Eurasian plate collided with the Indian subcontinent, similarly it will be raising a new mountain ranges that will be, it is forecasted that it will be more in height when it compares to Himalayas, and that range we will be naming as Somalia because it is from the Somalian plate. Effect from Rajasthan, because it will be in the windward shadow, so definitely the Arabian Sea will be not having any impact on that, and this will not only turn to from a desert, but it will be turning into a cold desert to be exact. And if it follows the monsoon cycle, then it will be again as treated as a Tarai region in the monsoons, as the monsoon winds does not cross the Himalayas, and it rains down into the Tarai region of Uttar Pradesh and on the northern part of the India. Similarly, if monsoons are still existing about 200 million years ago, which will be a very rare case because the Somalian range will be contributing to that. If it is there, then Rajasthan will also be receiving a great amount of rainfall, turning it to again a grassland once it was. And it will happen around the same time when the Africa Sahara Desert will again be a grassland. It will happen around the same time. So we as in history are in the perfect moment where the amount of time that has lapsed on creating the such terrain, the such landscapes equals the amount of time that will be taken in order to reshape that landscape. Thanks to Google Map. I'm not sure. Oh. I wasn't even sure where I have to go. And look at that. The scenery has completely changed. Where I was getting soil or rocks, here we have sand. Amazing. I just crossed a bridge, and before that bridge there was a slight hint that you can make out that there will be a sand after that. But yeah, here we are in the sand. So there is a city coming up known as Fatehpur or Fatehgarh, I'm not sure. So that's an interesting place to have a break or have a stop. Okay, so I am in Fatehpur, looking at these buildings. These are all constructed for and by the traders in the 1800s. Of course, buildings have been dramatically bad in shape, and they have yeah, so building has been dramatically in bad shape. They have been reconstructed a lot, but you can see all the traders community used to live here. And with that turn, I'm in the market. Yeah, because of the rains, the part that I wanted to show you was closed. Turns out the rains were heavy last night. This is nothing but a testimonial of what Rajasthan offered in terms of trade. Here are all these beautifully constructed havelis. Amazing to see. Oh, amazing craftsmanship. Amazing craftsmanship. Yeah, that's the word. Road after so many. But that was a good patch. I wanted to show you more, but it was closed, so I couldn't do anything. The road itself was closed. They have put barricades. But we are en route to Bikaner. You know, only 165 kilometers to go. It's almost 2. And it has started to rain a little bit. Like it's very minute water droplets. Like the kind of that flows with the wind when you're in the mountains, especially in Nainital. Okay. Just look at my helmet. Feels like I have been in Ladakh. Oh, visor needs a clean. So does myself. And with time approaching approximately 3 p.m., we are just under 140 kilometers away from Bikaner. I just filled up with petrol, not much, just a little bit, enough to reach Bikaner, and yeah, then I'll be filling in the city itself. Oh, this is all good terrain. The drone shots would have been awesome. Still, there you go. Welcome to Rajasthan. Amazing. Amazing beauty. Alright, welcome to Bikaner. We made it in the daylight. Yeah, so 430 kilometers to be exact. And let me just show you where I am gonna stay. This is where we are gonna stay. This is where we are going to stay. So there you go, a good piece of architecture. Looks like a palace hotel. Here you go. Amazing. Let me show you the view. That's the entrance. Okay, so I'm all freshened up now, and now it's time for dinner and then to definitely call it a day. Thank you so much for taking this journey together with me to Bikaner today. If you're still watching this, then that means there is something in the video or some part of the video that you liked and you made it to the end. So please hit that like button, click on that subscribe button to get more content around this. So see you guys in the next one.